What's up, internet? It's your boy Humpty Dumpty, and I'm the creative director at xCephasx Studios, where we make animations for snack brands and clothing brands. So if you need an animation, holla at your boy. My information is in the description. Let's jump into today's video. Today we have none other than fake tough guy Wes Watson going to jail possibly after this horrible fight where he decided, I'm going to fight none other than a disabled person. Yes, you heard it right. Wes Watson is beating up disabled people at the gym. Let's go, baby!
Yards to YouTube fame, Wes Watson built his brand on tough talk and aggressive motivation.
And then I'd wait for you to get lax, and then boom! I don't give a about that. I'm not even man. I ain't even human. I'm an alien, bro. I ain't even real.
You don't go there. I'll f you up right here if you say anything about my goddamn wife. I swear to God.
God damn it!
His recent gym altercation in Miami might just be his biggest legal challenge yet.
Follow me out of the gym. It will just be me.
Jesus.
Started warming up on leg day, and somebody pulled up, and it didn't go the way they wanted it to go. Cops are still here. It was self-defense, clear as day.
The guy was 7 foot. He wasn't a normal looking dude. He's a gangster looking
No, he wasn't, Sam.
motherfucker, okay? I'm fine. The guy got served like a motherfucker. He's not fine.
Today we're diving into why this isn't just another gym fight. It's a potential legal nightmare that could send a former convict back behind bars.
Everybody asks about what the first day is like in prison. This is it.
We got you a little get well gift. It's just the right side.
You know what's crazy? From the internet, what they were saying at the time when everything sort of came out and was speculation, people were saying that it was a disabled
December
person.
29th, 2024.
I could be incorrect. So let's see what the disposition and all this court hearing stuff has to say.
At 8:40 a.m. What started as a typical morning at a Miami gym would spiral into a violent confrontation that now has severe legal implications. The police report confirmed something crucial. This wasn't a random encounter. Officers documented that the victim was told by the suspect to come fight him via Instagram. Police even verified these messages on the victim's phone, a detail that transforms the legal landscape of the case. Security footage and cell phone video revealed the disturbing reality of what happened next at 1625 North Miami Avenue. What began as a
Okay, well, nobody in this video looks like they're disabled in any sort of way. So why were you guys saying that at the start of everything that was going on? Y'all were yammering that the person was disabled, fam. That's not necessarily true. Everybody looks able-bodied here.
verbal altercation would quickly escalate into something far more serious.
Trying to hit him with a belt? This man's just whipping people at the gym? That's
The footage
crazy.
shows Watson using his weight belt as a weapon, striking the victim in the face and sending him to the ground. Under Florida law, this isn't just assault anymore. A weight belt used as a weapon classifies as a deadly weapon, potentially elevating this to an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon under Florida statute 784045. I spoke with attorney Gary Saletti, who's handled similar cases in Florida. At what exact point does self-defense become aggravated battery?
That's an interesting question, right? So self-defense, in the state of Florida, we have a wonderful standard ground law, if you will. It's a statute, and it basically says a reasonable person's belief that they're in fear of great bodily harm or injury, they don't have a duty to retreat, and they can defend themselves. That's pretty much the summary of the statute. Now, the moment that that reasonable belief is gone, okay, you don't have stand your ground anymore, and then your actions maybe be a battery or an aggravated battery.
But it didn't stop there. The footage reveals approximately 45 to 55 strikes delivered to a non-resistant victim.
What is everybody else doing? That's what I want. First of all, who's filming this? Second of all, who are these other guys that are there with Wes? Like, what are they doing? Are they there to referee the entire combat? Are they there to overlook and see that no one gets injured? And why was the internet speculating that the person was disabled? Was that just troll? Were you guys just trolling Wes the whole time? Oh my God, you guys are dirty.
Florida Self-Defense Statute 776.012 has clear limits. The use of force must be proportional to the threat. Once that man hit the ground, any self-defense claim became extremely difficult to justify.
You know, if the gentleman in the gray pants, I don't know his name, I don't think his name has been put out there, but if the gentleman in the gray pants was struck with a weapon, now what's a weapon? Well, a weapon can be anything from a paper clip to...
It's true, and the man's never went at Wes first. You can't even claim self-defense because at the time, the man didn't even strike you or go for you or do anything needed to, I guess, claim it as being self-defense. You were just yapping back and forth. And I guess the yap got to a point where Wes said, you know what? I ain't gonna take this. I'm gonna whoop this guy like he's a 9-year-old little boy asking for trouble. And so we whipped him with the belt, the weight belt of all things. So now we have to ask ourselves, to all the young black men and children out there in the world, when daddy's beating you with the belt, is that battery or is that aggravated battery with a deadly weapon? There's a lot of questions we need to ask ourselves. All the young black men out there who were beat by their daddies, please stop beating your children or else your children will hit you with the aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, okay?
To a gun, right? Depends on the type of damage that it does. So if you struck with a dumbbell, aggravated battery, easy peasy.
Oh
Weight
my
belt,
God.
did it have buckles? How much did it weigh? What was it made out of? Don't see a state attorney necessarily going aggravated battery with the weight belt.
The police report corroborates what the footage shows. The victim was, in his words, jumped by multiple people and hit by weights. According to the report, this is precisely why the victim decided to press charges, because it was not a 1 versus 1 situation.
Signed up for 1v1.
The video shows additional participants landing blows. One person using a dumbbell as a weapon. Another soccer kicking the downed victim. What started as a simple battery case documented in the initial police report as a misdemeanor now carries potentially severe felony implications. How does the use of gym equipment as weapons like the weight belt and dumbbell affect potential charges?
Yeah, it's a fantastic question, Steven. So anytime you bring in any form of an object, right, it could be considered a weapon, depending on how much damage could that object do. And so what happens is we go from a first-degree misdemeanor on battery, 2 people duking it out, to an enhanced charge of aggravated battery. What it does is it jumps from a first-degree misdemeanor to a 3rd-degree felony.
So in the case where one of his buddies jumps in, uses the dumbbell, allegedly, we'll say, he used the dumbbell, hit the guy, another one of his friends, big gentleman, soccer kicks the guy, those guys have to be held accountable in some way?
Absolutely. I don't think you get the same sort of defenses that Mr. Watson's going to receive as these 2 other gentlemen standing by as his friends or goons, if you will, however people phrase it. I think you have independent causes of action. I think you got a felony on the gentleman with the dumbbell, and I think you got a misdemeanor with the other gentleman that kicked him.
Florida's self-defense laws might be generous, but they don't cover what we saw in that video. But here's where it gets interesting. Watson's social media trail is a prosecutor's dream.
If you swear there's going to be an issue about telling gym people or anything, follow me out of the gym. It will just be me, and I will serve you pussies so bad. It'll be the worst thing you ever did. Straight up.
What legal...
Wes is acting like a rapper right now, fam. With the trail all over YouTube, with the blickies and everything. Man's just talking nonsense on every single social media post, incriminating himself even further. This does not look good. I think, you know what, this might be the nail in the coffin that takes down Wes Watson, because for the longest time, Mans has been yapping and talking nonsense on the internet for a minute now. And people are like, we're tired of it, dude. We're tired of this nonsense. You're a scammer, you're a fraud, your course ain't all that. You're disrespecting people who are signing up for your courses. You're not doing proper anything. You're not even giving proper advice. All this thing about you being a Pyru or some sort of gang affiliated member with the whites in the prison. All of this is nonsense, dude. Everything is coming to light now. Y'all get it. There's no way you can keep up being a fraud, man. You can't be a fraud. It's not a good way to start any kind of brand.
What significance does Watson's social media post inviting confrontation have in a case like this?
Huge impact. This is what's unique about this particular case, because Mr. Watson is out there. He's saying, hey, I'll fight anybody. Bring it on. Come to me. I'll take care of it. You actually have a taker. The guy in the gray pants. He's like, you know what? I'm going to give this guy a run from his money. Right there, we have a little bit of an agreement. We're going to fight. Now, we don't have the audio between the two, right? But I'm assuming, based on him setting up the camera, that he's there to challenge Watson.
It seems like it. He walks up to Watson, says something, as you said, we don't have the audio, but then he puts his hand on Watson's shoulder. That's actually in the video footage available. That's physical. Now you're starting to actually touch them.
Okay, so he did touch him first. He pushed him, which a push in itself can be categorized as assault.
And threaten him in that way. So
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Also, one more thing, Steve.
Yep.
You know, consent is huge, okay? Consent is massive. If you have consent, you don't have a crime.
he repeatedly posted his gym location, explicitly inviting confrontations.
Send this video to your favorite Wes Watson call out dude and tell him to my f***ing and pull the fuck up. Straight up. Just tell him, stop talking. He gave you the address and the time. Go see if he's there, because he will be there. And I don't give a f***. All you guys can fall off the face of the earth, and I'll never give a f*** about finding you or calling you out or boxing you. But if you want, you can come down to that address and get your ass f***ing served.
Under Florida law, that's not just tough talk, it's premeditation. With a prior conviction, what would normally be a misdemeanor battery automatically gets upgraded to a 3rd-degree felony in Florida under statute 784032. That means up to 5 years in state prison.
Goddamn. 5 years in prison for Mr. Wes Watson. Told y'all, bro. This whole being tough on the internet thing, eventually it has to come to this, because people are not learning. No one's learning. And if you had consented to fighting him, then yes, it's true. It's no longer a crime. But what we can clearly see there is that he consented to 1v1, and that was 4v1. Okay, so at this point, I don't know what to say about you, Wes, but it does not look good for Mr. Wes Watson. It's all going downhill. If there's any kind of updates involving this, I will be covering it on the channel. So let's see what happens to Mr. Wes Watson. But I can definitely say he's going to be spending some time in prison with the whites, as he likes to say. He's going to go back to the old clique. He should be happy, dude. He's gonna go visit the fam back in prison, the Pyrus, the whoever he was running with back there. They're gonna have a nice Thanksgiving, New Year's, Christmas, all the holidays that he's missed while he's been outside of prison. He's gonna be able to go back, see the old family, you know, knuckle up, buckle up, get it in the booty, pause.